Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Westhill on the Citadel Minecraft server. I don't know if I've mentioned it recently, but it's a 2.5-year-old medieval town build on a nearly 6-year-old server. So if you're into long-term worlds and great big builds with lots of detail, you're in the right place. Storbdance, Obu, Kel, Dan, good to see everybody. I think I saw Sheepscalibur here too. Hope you're all having a good afternoon. We're going to start off with a repair run. The elytra are woefully low, and as are some of my tools. So we're going to dump the inventory, and then we're going to go for a little bit of a stroll down to the piglin farm, zombified piglin farm, where we can get some XP to fix the things. Also, inventory is a bit of a cluster right now, so we're going to fix that too. Also, glad I keep organized because it makes doing stuff like this super easy and fast. If I don't have anywhere to put the mud bricks, where do I put you mud bricks? I guess maybe in the landscaping? Sure. And did I get rid of my rockets somewhere by accident? I might have. Or did I run out? I don't remember whether I ran out of rockets last stream. I don't think I put them anywhere by mistake. Sorry for all the flashing. I wish that there was a slightly more tempered animation for the inside the shulker boxes rather than just blinking. I mean, we're gonna have to walk most of this anyway because my elytra are so low. I don't think there's gonna be much of a opportunity to fly. First, we're gonna sleep, give us the full day. And we'll make sure that we have the ender chest with us. And that should be it. I don't think we need anything else. Very cool scene at night with shaders on, especially with the sun setting at the end of the West Ridge Bridge. And that's what we're going to be working on when we get back. And I've got a funny feeling that I'm going to want to put a cap on this tower here. I think it'll help separate it from the bridge tower, and it should work out in the end. Was that the ace? Hello, welcome in. Canada Raz, good to see you. Do you have a muted symbol next to your name? Is it like a faux badge meant as kind of like a troll, out of curiosity? Oh, you've changed it. Is that what happens when you've muted the stream? You just took it off. Is it like a gag or is it like a feature? As a designer, I always see that kind of stuff and I immediately think like, what's going on? That's more of a function icon than a fashion one. It's a feature. Oh, okay. So I still haven't decided if and how I want to renovate that farmhouse. It feels a little bit incorrect as far as the scale goes for what we've got going on in the area, but I'll wait for that when I build other farms along this road. There's space for another one over there. We'll have to figure all that out. Means you're watching without audio. Oh, okay. Well then, hi Canada Raz. You didn't hear me say hello to you. Because you were, you had everything muted. How dare you? I'm kidding. I guess that would be a pretty zen stream. Without a face cam, you're just going to be watching somebody just moving around and building stuff in Minecraft. Although that would be weird without any sound effects from the game. Sheepscalibur just discovered I was gifted 3 subs in different channels while I was lurking sleeping. Insane randomization. That's lucky. Very, very cool. Was it this one too, or other ones? And Prince Nikolai. This is listening only. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I used to watch a lot of Twitch. I find that I'm very busy these days and haven't had a chance. And much to my extreme disappointment, the Xbox app for Twitch has been updated as of a month or so ago, or maybe 2 months. And it is absolute hot garbage. I am not shy about letting people know that it is abysmal. And it is single-handedly reducing my Twitch watching, because that's how I like to watch Twitch, is on the couch, on my big screen, you know, watching whoever. And it is a terrible experience to the point where I stop watching. And so I've got to retrain my process. I have an iPad Pro, and I think what I need to just start doing is using my iPad Pro to watch Twitch and cast it to my TV. The problem there is that my Xbox is 90% of the time what I'm using. I would say 99% of the time is what I'm using when I'm on that TV. And so it won't cast it to the Xbox. It'll cast it to the TV. My TV should switch automatically. Like, it shouldn't be a big deal. I didn't bring a bow. Crap. All right. We're going to risk a little bit of a flight just to get away from the ghast. Yeah, the iPad app has always been good, Em. Before I got my TV, I was in between a non-functioning TV and the new one, and I was using the iPad at the dinner table for my TV watching needs. And it's surprising how fast you get used to it when you've got an iPad Pro, when you've got a 13-inch iPad. Because it means a very pretty screen. It's very crisp, just not very big. I think the one thing that I would like, I don't mind watching drama TV shows and stuff on it, but I wouldn't want to watch like an action movie on an iPad. For that, I tend to watch on my big screen. Speaking of, absolutely no spoilers. Will not mention anything other than I have finished Star Trek Picard and I have finished Mandalorian. They were both epic. If you are not watching, you should be. And there will be more on new episodes of the Citadel Cafe coming, but I will just say, absolutely fantastic. Could not be happier. That's that almost repaired. Oh, I forgot there was one of these here. I need toolbox just to make sure there's nothing else that needs repair in here. And there is. Glad I checked. First try. Let's go shovel and pickaxe first. No one wants to listen to that. So how's everybody's week going? Is anybody in the chat currently playing Minecraft Legends? We've got 2 streams. One of the VODs is up on YouTube right now as of today. The other VOD is still on the Twitch channel. And they were both single player campaign. One of them, the first one, has co-op with Pixaros. Arguably, I think that's probably the better video to watch, is the first of the 2. But I'll continue to play it for a bit. I don't know how often I'm going to stream it, but we definitely have some opportunities to talk about it on the upcoming episode of the Spawn Chunks this Monday, because Pix went to a creator event back in March, and that NDA is now over, so he'll be able to talk about a lot more. Plus, I'll have, you know, in-game experience to share on Monday as well. Oh, I should be holding this in my hand. It's going to be hard to separate Pedro from The Last of Us for me now. So my first experience with Pedro Pascal was on Game of Thrones. And I find that he's a pretty good chameleon. Because I've seen him in Game of Thrones. I've seen him in Narcos. And I've seen him now in Mandalorian. Although most of the time it's just his voice. It's not even him in the suit most of the time. And then I've seen him... I've not seen The Last of Us. And I have 1 month left because I just canceled Crave. And it really did not line up very well. My Crave subscription, which is how I have to watch Picard, renewed like 2 days ago. So I've got another month. I would have canceled like immediately, but then I would have missed the finale of Picard. So there's that. Switch these out. How do you keep motivation for your world? I have a tendency to start a world, then just abandon it and start a new one. Want to break the habit, but how? So why do you abandon the world? The world is massive. What's the point in starting over and over and over again? So ask yourself that question. Why do you give up on the world? I mean, for us, we've got several build zones. We just build 10, 20,000 blocks apart. So there's a medieval zone. There's a modern city. There's the spawn area. There's, it's not been, you get bored. So, but you can get bored and still play in the same world. And I think the thing that people often forget is that if you're bored playing Minecraft, do something else. Read a book, play a different video game, watch a movie, get into a TV show. I highly recommend The Mandalorian, for example. I think that being bored in any kind of creative game is a flag that you're not taking in enough other experiences to fuel your creativity. So I worked as a professional artist for 20, 25 years. And whenever I was working on personal work, especially in the winter in Canada, when we don't go out much, wasn't much socializing going on, I would feel myself getting really stuck creatively. And it's because I wasn't out. I wasn't out with friends. I wasn't necessarily experiencing new things. I wasn't going for hikes. I wasn't doing anything like that. And I think that, especially with my comic at the time being social commentary, if I wasn't out in public, I wasn't getting a lot of fuel. And I find that as creativity goes, I'm usually more productive in the fall. But that's because I've usually had a very busy social summer, right? So I think, too, that if you're feeling bored in any creative game, it's just time to switch to a different game. Canada Raz, you're digging a perimeter 256 by 256 in the nether. When I get bored of other stuff, that's a good idea. You know, having a task, you know, something that is too large to just do all in one go, so that you can come back to it. Like, for example, I mean, you all have seen the giant, you know, map of Westhill. Even when I finish the town, hopefully in the next month or so, it's not going to be done. The whole area needs farms. There's roads, and I can always come back when I'm in the mood for building a road or doing some landscaping or something like that. So I think that's one idea of keeping things fresh. I think the other thing too is that as an older player, I just have more patience. You know, like I get to, I guess, invest a certain amount of time in what I'm doing here, and you know, like I enjoy coming back to it. Now, another difference is that, of course, this is my job. So it's different when you've only got, let's say, like after, whether it's work and family or whether it's schoolwork and other duties, you only have like 6 hours a week to play Minecraft. You'd want those hours to be worth it, right? So you don't want to sit down and be like, I don't know what to do. But when I was working outside the house, back when I had like a part-time job a few years ago, well, I guess 6 or 8 years ago now, I used to, like, my coffee break, I would have like a little notebook and I'd be like planning out builds or coming up with new ideas, that kind of thing. The longest you've ever spent in a world is 2 months. I mean, again, like, just why are you resetting the world? Why not just move on to something else in that same world? You know, walk 10,000 blocks, leave everything behind if you want to start over again, or bring everything with you and just get far enough away that it's not a thing. I think the thing that you got to remember is that quitting the world and restarting is a choice. So you got to ask, why are you making that choice? All right, that can go back in here. You can go back in there. Have you tried a hardcore world? Because then the decision to quit is made for you if you screw up. Have you tried modded? Have you tried Skyblock? I found Skyblock was pretty fun when I wanted a break from the normal Minecraft stuff. I thought Skyblock, sorry, was a nice switch. Alright, simple start to the stream. Everything's repaired, ready to go. SweetSandi, starting a story for the world is a good idea too. Getting some reasons. Just, it doesn't have to even be a story. It just has to be like logic or history. Like, how old is the build you're working on? How old is the next build you want to make? How are they connected if they're connected? And all of a sudden you'll end up with like a to-do list of about 11 things that you didn't even think about before. So I agree, yeah, coming up with some sort of story or history is usually a good idea. We're going to fly now that the elytra is repaired and I don't have to worry about it. I mean, here's a good, you know, I guess case sample of our nether, which is 5 years old, by the way, and still got cobblestone bridges. So there are some things that just are of no interest to people on the server, and that's building long, permanent paths and tunnels. They just, people just don't seem to be interested in it, so we focused on other things. Fun fact, you've never beaten the dragon. Well, then there's a good idea to keep a world past 2 months. One of the things I think Cosmic and I are going to work on after I finish Westhill is finishing up this world hub area. Originally it was going to be a building. Oh, it's nighttime. Sleep. Single player world on console with the world size limit. I can see that being an issue, yeah. Oh, you lit me on fire. I would say that's a good idea too, Canadaraz. Take a look at the game features that have come out in the last few years and, you know, do a checklist of stuff you've not done. Like, I've not messed with skulk sensors at all. A little bit in creative mode just to be able to talk about them on the Spawn Chunks podcast, but that's it. M, armor trim. That's another one. Good. You know, we've got a lot of reasons to explore coming out in 1.20, right? So I'm curious to see how this bridge is going to look to us as we approach it on the road. You can see it cresting the hill over there in the distance, which is cool. But as we turn this corner, we should be like pointing straight at it pretty much. Yeah, so that to me indicates I should probably remove this knoll of grass here so that when you come through there, you're actually looking at the whole bridge. Let's do that right now. So if I was here, I would want probably right down to here to be removed. And where does that come out? Comes out right about here. We'll tidy that up later, but let's just see what that changed as far as coming around the corner. I guess I can turn off shaders now too. Get the frame rate back up a little bit. So now coming around the corner, you should see the bridge. That's nicer. Putting in all that work on that build. Nice to actually have something. And we'll landscape this and turn it into a farm or building or something like that. That reminds me, I guess I may have to make sure I don't place a building back here. The building would have to be in this space, I guess. If we put one here. I collected some. I collected some flowers. I don't even think I have room for this dirt in the spare shulker box. No, I don't. I really wish Minecraft had an organize button for everything. That would be nice. All right, let's take a couple of these things that we know we can store away. Actually, those might stay. Just to free up a little bit of room. Who are you and what have you done with Joel? Same old, same old. All right, let's take a look at what we want to do today. So last time we put these roofs on the supportive structures, little guardhouses, access to the tower, that kind of thing. This, however, does not have access out here, nor does it have access in here because it is part of the curtain wall and you can actually get straight into the town from there. So we want that to be completely inaccessible. And I think one of the things I wanted to do, if I remember now, is move this wall in because I don't like the fact that it's out like that. It will mean that we will lose the detail on the front here. It will line everything back up with this space here. But I think that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make in order for this to look a lot better from the other side. The only other thing I can think of, which we can try quickly, is to create a thicker base on that one tower. So we'll give that a go, but I've got a funny feeling it's not going to be something I want to roll with. So we'll bring those in and grab some of these. Might be easier to do with stone. And those. Non-sauce, welcome in. Thanks for saying hi. So the only way to beef this up to work the way that I'd want would be to add maybe a base around it. which may or may not work. Whoops. Actually, that would go there. So we'll see if that helps, but I'm pretty sure this is not going to be... No, that's not what I want. Does not look like it's part of the tower. It just looks like it's something else entirely. Just a quick test, but worth doing, just to make sure that we know what we need to do. But what we need to do is remove the wall here. All right, and we'll put some of this back. So I think this is going to look better. It's unfortunately a very straight line, but I think it'll make a lot more sense for us. Now here, we're just going to translate this whole thing forward. And then remove this part. All right, sleep here. Get some stairs. And then we can take off the top part after we translate all of this over by 1. So originally this is where the wall was, but it is a little bit of a sacrifice to have it so poker straight. It only really looks funny on the map. Everything else out here seems to be okay. It seems to make more sense. So on the map, I find it looks kind of strange, but other than that, it's not the end of the world. Archeo Plays, hello. Yes, I saw that there's been some changes to the way that Minecraft is referring to pottery sherds now instead of shards. For those of us that are not familiar with archaeology, it's weird. Just because I think shards as a vernacular generalized term makes more sense to the uneducated, but I think from a Minecraft education standpoint, it's good that they changed it to whatever the proper thing is. It's like propagule, right? Like, why didn't they just call it a mangrove sapling, right? Because it was wrong. So they made it a propagule, right? Whereas the general public, you know, when that came out, most of us are going like, what the crap is a propagule? And Mojang is like, this is a propagule. It's like, all right, if you say so. All right, so we'll finish up the texture as we need to. Right now, I'm happy with that that height. Visually, it could be cool to change it because it would give us more room inside for the stairs that we are having trouble with inside. So I'll keep that in mind. But I'm going to build another one of those. And I remember, I think I was low on. Yeah, I should have grabbed some dark oak when I was inside. I'm starting to notice I'm getting low on some key resources here, but it's not a matter of like being out, it's just a matter of like shulker boxes needing to be refilled and stuff like that, right? Oh, I lied. We are very low on dark oak. That's a surprise. I'm sure I've got saplings. Oh yeah. Well, that's an easy fix. We'll just bring the bone meal out. Don't think I have anything in here. Yeah, we're gonna have to grow at least one tree. Probably a couple. It's the kind of thing where like we can just grow it and then chop it down and not have to worry too much about it. All right, bone meal. Well, that didn't work. Glad we repaired the axe. Oh, this is my not maximum capacity axe. This is going to take a little while. I get so caught up in building, I forget sometimes when I lose an item, all the infrastructure things that you have to do to fix that. At least we don't need saplings, so I don't have to worry about that. Wouldn't mind the extra sticks, though. It is Cosmic's axe. Yeah, it's one that she had spare. I think I lost it somehow on a video or a stream. It was like a weird despawn thing. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but... Right, we'll just get a stack or so and then we'll just leave it and we'll get more as we need it. Because I'd rather be building today than not. But dark oak, as I say, outside of Spruce, it's probably one of the easiest woods to get a hold of once you've got saplings. It's really not too challenging because you can grow everything so close together and they're not super high off the ground. They're nice thick trees, so you can usually cut up them like a staircase and get at the top and work your way back down. It's really not that big of a deal. Didn't miss anything. And I think that dark oak is another one of those trees that is like it's a positive, it's a net positive on the saplings as well. And we've got 6 new ones already, right? And I don't care about those. Bone meal goes back. Got those. I've got stairs, planks, and slabs. So we're going to need... probably at least that many, and then the rest, that should be good. Oh, now I need spruce. Trapdoors, slabs, and I guess we'll bring some doors. Sure. Your chat thought you were mispronouncing things from 2 hours straight. That's awesome because you were doing it correctly. That's great. All right, so where did we attach the roof on this one? It is one below the stair. So if we did that, we could do the same thing here. That might put that a little bit on the low side. Let's just see. It could be good. Like this could be a good thing. And it goes stair, and it goes up into a full block, and then another stair. But not on the corners. Yes, on the corners. I also saw, I was watching or checking out Mythical Sausage's Instagram feed, which is fantastic, by the way. And he had like lower bits like that in places. Oh no, wait a minute. That goes there. Yeah, so this would be, I guess, a slab instead. Try something new here. Just to see if I like it better. So the only pain in the butt right now is that because it's meant to be like a defensive design, we can't get up into it without, well, I guess I could put down scaffolding. That's a silly thing to say, but there's no just staircase that I can walk up easily, which is kind of a pain. And if we don't like it, this is an easy enough thing to replace on the top of it, should we need to. So then we go stair there, stair there. These will have to change. Or maybe they won't. So technically we'll just do it this way, and then I'll put in the rest later. Goes up by 2, and then it goes in by 1. This is where scaffolding does come in very handy. So we'll just build this up from one side. Oh, I see. That means I'm going to change the way that this is put together. Actually, it's a little bit simpler to build this way. You know what? Let's just take the whole thing off. Oh, that's not where that goes. All right, that's the top. And that's the top done. Oh, no, get more over here. And then underneath is just trapdoors and slabs. Whoops. So it's a slightly different look to it. And I think I like it a little bit better in terms of this, the slope of it. So what I noticed that Mythical Sausage did differently on his roofs was that for me, I had 3 stairs going across here in a row, which I think you can probably see on this other build. So yeah, if you look at this one, there's 3 stairs in a row there. And on this one, the stairs go like they stagger. An alternative to this would be putting up the block, but without the stair on it. So we could do that too to see what that looks like. But I feel like it gives it a little bit of a more interesting look. The question is it too low on the tower? Like, should I be putting it up at this point, right? Because right now it's the only wall where it goes into the roof. And I don't know if I like that slope. It makes it very pointy. One thing that I'm hoping it will do is make it a lot clearer as you approach from this side. Yeah, so now what's nice about having that roof there is that you can see this very clearly has a nice silhouette. It feels like it's a separate structure. I'm wondering if the wall has to come down lower. So we can have the wall at that point. Like, take all of this and just like move it down to this level. That could help us with that problem in there too. I might want to just raise it up by a block, which is a real pain in the butt. Put the roof higher, yeah. Let's just take a little bit of a scoot out this way. A lot of what I do, I consider things like sightlines. So you can see it. It does show up. It's a little, yeah, it's a little bit confusing as to what it is. The only thing is I don't want to raise it up too much because you don't. One thing that's good about this is the fact that there's the dark oak behind the stone, right? So if I raise it up, it's only going to be probably by 1 block. It feels a little squat, right? Like it just feels a little bit on the squat side here. Everything else has such a long ratio of stone to roof. I feel like this needs to be just up a little bit. And that's probably all it needs because it's a full meter when you do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So I think what we're going to try to do is I'm going to go get some stairs from the oak chest. And what we'll do is we'll go inside this part here. And then we'll start with the problem, which is I don't like this. This is not great. What I would like to do is have this be a little bit more accessible. So right now it's just like a straight walk up. And we could move this around. So if we started that over here, it would do the exact same thing, I guess. It would just show up. Instead of coming up here, it would come up over there. But really wouldn't solve much. Does this go to the outside? No. So we do have a little bit of wiggle room in here. Because of the wall, we could extend this a little bit. So I could push this back. Right? And then that way we could remove this part. And then if we were able to push this back and get up that way, or even just get up to here. Right. It's a little bit convoluted, but it's better to have, I think, something like this. Than it would be to have something. Yeah, that's an easier way to get around your head. So I feel like we could probably do, let's go with that. So that feels better. A little bit of a zigzag, but because we can take this corner out without going outside, right, it helps us out a little bit. And then, well, wait a minute, this is going to be lower anyway. Yeah. These are the same height. So really what I could do is just have it be something that comes out straight. So let's raise the roof over here, which we know we want to do. I also didn't like that shape. I'm going to try one more thing, but I think we're going to have to try something a little bit more robust for up here. So instead of this being so low, I think we're going to go with a slab instead of just nothing. It's probably because the roof is such a small scale. maybe make the tower taller. Well, there's 2 towers. And the one I want to focus on is this one. This roof height here, this is the same height. This starts at the same height, so that's even. That's why this is at the height that it's at. But this was a later addition, so that's why I'm having trouble connecting it. It wasn't part of the original plan. Normally when I do this stuff, things are planned out a little bit better. How does that work? There's this, and then why does that not feel tall enough? So we wanted to raise this up by a block, which means that comes to here. All of this gets cut back. You like this part of Minecraft, getting back and forth to something that you like? Yeah. I like puzzle solving. I enjoy that aspect of Minecraft. I usually prefer the problem solving when it's not nearing a complete build. You know, like I much prefer it when it's like wireframe things that you're moving around by a block or two. When you've got to like move an entire design. Thankfully, we've not textured anything on purpose. Like I wait to do that absolutely last, so I don't end up making myself extra work than I need. All right, let's just do what I should have done to start with. And let's give myself a corner here. Right, put that back. So that's the new base. Ooh, why am I? Don't want to do that. That's just enough to separate it from the tower. It's not as nice as it was, but it's better than nothing. So 2 blocks would be too much, I think. What? So that was a full block. Whoops. Slab, stair, and then slab. So we'll try that. Thanks for the reminder, Dan. I feel like I've messed something up here. Yeah, the top is not right. I'm missing a block on the top. There's a stair there and another block. But the base of it is what I was concerned about. Yeah, it separates it enough, I think. I could also do a little bit of texture work on that other build to help it out a little bit. My main concern is just like this kind of bleeding together, but we could do maybe something here with some bushes or something. All right. For folks that are new, I take a break once an hour. Usually just gives me a chance to reheat my coffee. A bit of a stretch. You should too. Grab a friend. We're trying to grow the channel. If you wouldn't mind spreading the word about what we're doing here, that'd be awesome. We'll be right back. Oh, lots of people on fire. Just to skip the whole mess. Mobs everywhere. So the part that I messed up is this part is supposed to be stairs. And then I also wanted to see what this is going to look like if we lowered this. And if that's the roof line, probably have to take it down by 2 blocks. That, and then is that going to be tall enough for what we want? Yay, fire, says Dan. Yeah. That might be okay. I can always remove some of this hill to make it look taller. That's the other thing. You know what? Let's just do that. Why am I fighting with the fact that I can control the very land itself? So we dropped that by 2 blocks. So let's just take 2 blocks off of this. And I'm not sure where it drops, but we'll go all the way down here. Whoops. All right. Let's try that. Oh yeah, that should be fine. So we can do that over here too and drop it by 2 blocks. I think that's right. Yeah, then this drops down here. Like that. And then this, I guess, would drop again here. Yep. So we don't even need stairs in there. So 1, 2, that goes there. This does not go there. Goes here. Or I guess that started a little bit high. So we haven't entered in at the same spot. So really this could end up being straight across here instead of having to go up. I mean, it's not much. I don't mind this. This is a decent solution here. So maybe we'll leave that. It could look a little bit strange. Anyway, we'll figure it out. And I didn't bring the right stair. That's fine. Oops. Very much on the edge of everything today. I'm glad that the consequences for falling off stuff are nil. Outside of McScrewgunn's joy. Alright, so that's a pretty smooth ride. The only trick now, of course, is that when you get in here, there's really not much to do. That opens it up a little bit. I guess we could put windows. Maybe not at that position. I might want to change those. Yeah, I feel like that's still a formidable wall. It does feel strange that it enters in at that side point, but I think the issue we had before was the wall being too steep and the pattern gets lost. So I need to have like about a chunk of 4 before going down. Otherwise it starts to look kind of funny. So I think we'll put these back. I guess we'll do stairs. Oops. And yes, maybe we... I guess it seems silly to go down a step, but that could be what we need to do in order to have the windows in the right position. It would feel weird, I think, in here to go like straight across. It would feel kind of counterintuitive. Very big wall. But I don't know. We'll see. Because having these windows lower by 1 would make sense. And probably look a lot nicer from the other side too. Yeah. So the other option would be to still have the stair here at that point, and then, whoops. Oh, come on. Weirdly here, drop it down again. I guess it's not that strange. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about it. If we want there to be a door, the stairs can't be there, though. I wonder if slabs would just be a decent compromise. Hard to say. One of the ideas I had for the wall early on was to not be walking along the top of it, but instead walk in through the middle of it. So instead of walking along the top, I was going to make a tunnel sort of like there and go in the, like inside of it, which we could still do. I guess I just like the fact that there's some cool views from up here. Or a cool view, I guess. There's really not much that way, but that's kind of cool. Like, I like this, so I don't think I want to lose that. Because if we did a tunnel, it would essentially be like down from here. And this would be your view the whole time, would be that, right? It would just be straight down into here. And even then, like, we wouldn't even get up this far. So I think I like the way that it is now. I'm tempted to just leave this flat. We could shift it so it's, instead of 3 steps, it's only 2 steps. So we've got 1, 2, 3 sections across there. So I could lower this part and have it only go up by 2 blocks. So what if we did that? What if we took all of this and just went down by 1? But then instead of here, I'm assuming this is going to look lopsided, so we'll check it. It's probably going to look lopsided. Yeah, so dropping on the stair, we'd want to take at least those 2. So I keep on coming back to this, but I feel like the things that I've done to like correct this have been to consistently simplify it. I can't tell without doing the other side, so we'll have to do the other side too. Thankfully, the pattern is very simple, so it's not a lot of work. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then it's probably the most elegant solution to all of the feelings and weird stuff happening up here. The kind of like odd connections and stuff. So I think we'll go with that. And that gives us a couple sections of really nice views. Don't have to worry about it. I'll get a proper stair for here. Gives us an opportunity to do some cool stuff in here. We'll probably end up with andesite on the floor. Oops. And let's put brick there and a brick here. Nice. I think that finishes that connection. See over the wall and shoot stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. So now, I think I do like that roof. What do we have on the tops of these? Iron bars and andesite. Oh, I haven't put this down yet. And I may not need quite as big as an opening in the other spot on the wall side. So we'll see. So this guy over here, we might not need such a big opening. So you can see the gap here versus the stair there. I know I struggled with this before. I think maybe I've got the right idea, but the slab has to stay in the corners. So where I've got a full block here, we can do a slab. So now it's got slabs there instead of stairs. Yeah, this doesn't need to be this tall at all. Wait a minute now. Oh yeah, that was wrong. No wonder it looked inconsistent. All right, so that's the roof. We could probably get away with turning that sideways. Or actually, I guess maybe here would be full blocks, stair blocks. Or yeah, let's do that. Oh, can't. I remember now. That's why. So that becomes a door. But I want to have a block there. Is that outside? Yes. It's a little tricky. Very dark. Yeah, and actually I think we probably had a better time when it was a little bit higher, so we'll just maybe we'll reinstate that to be that little bit higher. Oh, wait a minute. Full block and then stair. Because then we can put a stair underneath it like that. And it's going to feel a lot nicer. Now, unfortunately, the door here is going to be a problem. I don't remember putting that there. Oh. I guess I could have it open in, couldn't I? It's going to look weird here. It's a little in your face, but not the end of the world. We could also drop this down a little bit earlier. Yeah, I think that works. Now, can you see this from anywhere? No. Okay, let's make this actually planks. Let's see if that looks good. It's a little bit of a cheat, but I think it's a much smoother look. The only problem, of course, is that, but if we change this to be that way, just doesn't look as good. Can I change these? I can. Nope. Yeah, that's tricky. I think a full block there is going to be too much. Yeah. Right. What if it was a slab? Maybe it would feel a little bit less like a problem. Yeah. Okay. Tricky and tight. Yeah. It's a little bit on the tricky side. That's fine. I think that's a decent solution. I just don't like the weird tangents here, but not much we can do. Try reversing these. Oh, I thought the door was going to be in the way, but that actually works out better. I like that. Okay. That helps a little bit, but obviously it's still a very tight corner. And there's nowhere to put that. So we're stuck. Right. We'll come back and maybe fix the windows later. I think that's good. Again, it's very tight, but there are some spaces in this build that are just, you don't have the opportunity. I want to try what this might look like with a slab. And I want to see what it might look like if it had those. See which ones I like better. And then out here, we have traditionally been putting a andesite stair over the doors. Like so. Oh, I need to do the outside here. That might not be the best. Yeah, I think I do like the slight change that I made on this roof, where we've got slabs here instead of stairs. So we'll put the top on it. Oops, that's not right. So we've got slabs there. So over here, we'll make those same changes. This and that goes slab and slab. I've already done that there. It's one of the trickiest things about these roofs is when you're doing these small changes, but then you're looking at the exact same plank texture, and it's a mix of like slabs and stairs and full blocks, and just trying to be consistent and not mess up is very tricky. Now, did I bring any? Oh, I did bring some stripped dark oak. I should check the other build because I want to remain consistent. Ah, here we were using stripped spruce. I feel like there was some dark oak somewhere. Maybe it's in these towers? Nope. Okay. Never mind. Making it up as I go along, I guess. Oh, yeah, I know realistically there's some very tight spaces in medieval castles. My I guess design principles here for this is I want it to be a good player experience in Minecraft, and I don't find that super tight spaces, while realistic, are that great. And if you really wanted to get technical about it, I mean, as a 1x1 meter space, it's not that small. I've certainly seen smaller passageways in some forts and stuff in historic sites. So yeah, it's one of those things where we've certainly not pushed the limits. But I'm always balancing between, like, it's Minecraft. I'm trying to make it look like cool Minecraft, but then also trying to stay a little bit, you know, on the whatchamacallit, the medieval kind of like realistic. I mean, it's medieval fantasy, so I'm pulling some creative liberties here and there. Why does this feel taller? Like steeper somehow. It might be the spruce along the bottom. Oh, I don't think I brought my other box. I need to go get some I need to get some barrels. Yeah, there's lots of reference around here. That's something that's nice, is that now that I've got kind of like an art direction going in this town, I don't have to like look stuff up on Pinterest. I mean, there's some things like I need to look up some inspiration for the keep and whatnot. But it's not something that I have to go too far to, like, how do I do a roof like this? Usually there's one kicking around. Okay. It was pretty straightforward, just on a smaller scale. Slab, planks into barrels. And it started one above the door. Which we can't do here because it'll end up bonking us in the face. So we've got to go here. And I imagine we'll end up doing just this trapdoor. We'll check both. I need to go get lanterns, though. Especially if it's going to be raining. Pretty small space, so it should not be too hard to light up consistently. Oh yeah, definitely. It's either trapdoors or stairs, actually. Trapdoors. then how do we handle the corners? Not that way. That's a slab. I think the solution here is going to be spruce fences in that position there. And that should be enough. Yeah, Canada Raz, it rains an awful lot on the server, and I know this is probably the first time it's rained today on stream, at least while I've been playing. Sometimes it happens when I'm on break and stuff, but yeah, it is, it's a pain. Visually, as you're building. Tricky. Glad I repaired the elytra today. Definitely needed it. I think that's good enough. Let's do the same thing over here. And I think these can go. Yeah. And what's that? Should be just a slab. I think they're actually full blocks right now, so this will help give a little bit of height. And I've got to fix that too. Always weird looking straight up in building. That. Good, good. So now we just got to put the outside bits on. Can I reach that? Yes. It's definitely not the first today. I've just not been paying attention. Let's get up here. Actually, it's probably easiest to do these first, because then I've got something I can place these against. That, and there, and there. So this might be too much too much trapdoor. So we'll see. That, unfortunately, is not going to work. Too much of a tangent there. We could try a stair, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be the same problem. Yep. I don't like these corners touching. It's weird to me. So we're back to there. The other thing we could try is arrow slots instead of windows. And because we built this out of andesite and stone, it should be pretty easy. We just have to put the stairs in the right spots. So it would be... Where do we want this to go? Either way, there's going to be a problem. So we'll see which one looks good, if one looks good. And neither. The answer is neither. Or either, or either. How long would you say it took to put up the wall and all the details? No idea. I mean, there's probably a VOD of me building a portion of the wall up on YouTube. So I would check that, maybe. So we're going to go with a straight hole there. I don't know whether we're going to want a slightly different color. Like an oak trapdoor would probably break that up a little bit. Something we can certainly do from the point of view perspective is to change this to a stair. Help define the window, but then also on the inside it will, I'm just curious. A wall might look good there. Nope. It will actually give us a better view because of the angle on the stair. When you look down, you're only looking over half a meter of block as opposed to a full meter of block. So now when you look out, you can see a lot more than you can over here, right? So we'll do that on all the sides. So the problem with the wall is then it doesn't look like it's something that the windows will attach to. Oh, speaking of. The Picard season finale, Flying Sheep, is fantastic. But that's all we're going to say about it because it just came out today and we don't want to spoil it for anybody. But just know that it gets my stamp of approval. So do we like the double? It sort of helps with the height of the tower. Try it without. I think it's better without the extra block. Texture needs some work too. Cool. So the fact that it looks very plunked down on the hillside here, notwithstanding, I think we're doing okay. Oh, that was the door. Crap. Did not mean to do that. Oops. Replace. Where'd it go? There it is. All right, let's just compare one of these. Oh, it has to go the other way. Whoops. We'll do it from the outside, I guess. So it was the right way, and then I changed the base of it to a stair, and so now it doesn't work. That's fine. Oh, you know, as much as I don't like having the repetitive spruce, I feel like that's probably the better way to go. I am wondering whether an andesite block over the top would look good. Don't know if I brought them. Can always make some. Sometimes it's nice to have some windows open and some windows shut. Nope. Not my favorite. It's a little on the simple side, but that's fine. No, as far as I know, Picard is only on Paramount and Crave right now, but that'll probably come. The season is finished, so I'm sure that folks that get it on different services in different countries will get some soon. I'm tempted to make this opening a little bit taller. So it's a little bit more obvious. All right, so let's just get rid of some of the wood in the inventory that we don't need. I still feel like one of those feels more squat than the other. They're the same though. I guess this little opening is just not helping. I'm really tempted to put yet another tower over here. Like, I feel like even though I've wanted a little bit of asymmetry here, like I almost want to put another tower like this over here. And just get rid of all this right there. I'm just gonna make that symmetrical. It's very tempting. It's very tempting. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll maybe get rid of this hill and I'll do like a big custom tree or something cool there. Probably a good idea. So the only thing left to add to up here is going to be the interiors. So I've got a little bit of room in here. We can add a few things. Like I can put like a basket or a barrel or something in here. I'm assuming this is all going to be lit up quite well. We are good. Yep. The other thing is that these windows would need to be looked at, and they probably need to be removed. Thanks, Dan. I'm going to wrap up, I think, not right now, but I'm going to finish a couple more tasks, but then I've got to go a little bit earlier today because I had to start the stream late because of a business meeting. So yeah, those feel in a very strange position. So we're going to move those a little bit higher up, I think, depending on where the stairs are. I kind of feel like they should be kind of in that area. So we'll just take a look and see how we did them. It's just a stair at the floor level. So probably here. It's good height. Hopefully that looks good. I almost want to leave this one and leave that one and then get rid of the other two. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. It was this one, right? And then we'll keep that one. No, which ones did I say? It's the crazy thing about Minecraft. Sometimes if you don't take the time to look. Yeah, those are the two that I wanted, I think. Which is weird because this is the one that has the better view, but ZeroT666, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think that looks good. And we'll do probably something similar over here. Probably that one and that one. If it works. It might not work with the staircase inside. So we're going to keep that one and get rid of this one. And then, oh yeah, so we'll just keep the one, it looks like, because this would be, well, you know what? We could put one here. It's not going to be exactly across from it, but I think that still works. I think, Dan, we're going to pass people on to somebody playing Minecraft. That would make the most sense. Maybe it has to go a block or two higher. We might be able to sit it on the top part here. This might be too high. No, that could work. And it works for here. Oh no, that's terrible. Never mind. We'll just do the one window on this side. Man, it is very tight in here. The only thing I can think of would be another window on the exact same side, but that might not look super good. Yeah, lining them up would not be the best. Nice. So the only thing remaining around really is just going to be the inside decorations on these guys, which should be pretty straightforward. Just kind of like a guard bunkhouse, that kind of thing. The inside on the tower, which again is very small, so it's not something that's going to be a big deal. Yep, the more I look at this, I mean, we'll have to wait until this is landscaped and finished, but the more I look at this, the more I want this to be a little bit taller if I can swing it. It's difficult because it's on an angle, but I'm sure we can figure it out. So the remaining bits around here are going to be adding, of course, in any kind of texture or changes we have along here, making a final choice as to how that decoration is going to go. I need to do something along here to break this up. This is a very, very large section of stone. And some of this is going to turn into cliff. I don't think this is going to be very much grass. I think there's going to be a lot of cliff here. And we might benefit from turning some of it into deep slate to keep a contrast with what's happening up here. That could be good. We've got some here with bricks, but when we get up into like this stuff here, I really think that this would be benefit to have like a little bit of a black or dark gray kind of oak crop kind of in the middle here. We've done something very similar on the south side near the river. So it would not be outside of our kind of like geological themes. We have a dark oak crop right there, and that helps kind of like separate things along here a little bit. So we're going to try something like that, I think, on the front. Yep. And then, of course, a lot of this is just going to be basic landscaping and stuff. We will do the same thing over here with a custom cliff. I think I'm going to have a bit of an overhang here, just kind of make it feel very unapproachable. And then I'm tempted to put another tower right there. It might complete the look the way that we might want. Yeah, that could be very cool right there. Makes it feel like a complete thought of an extension of the curtain wall. Well, it won't be too much work because now this is a final design. I will just copy it. Like I would just straight up do a duplicate of it. Change the texture a little bit, but other than that, it would be pretty straightforward. And it would also be on a slight angle because this is a much smaller house. Like we could start it. We could start it kind of like in the middle here. So it wouldn't be exactly straight, like it'd be one block farther to the east. But anywho, that's going to be for, what's today? Thursday? We're going to be doing this on Saturday. We'll be back to do more work and hopefully finish this bridge up this weekend. At least the build part of it, the texturing and the landscape, maybe not so much, but the bridge itself, I hope to finish up this weekend. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a follow. We're going to pass you along to, I believe, Drathmore is playing some Minecraft, so that's always fun, depending on where you like to hang your Minecraft hat. So we will send folks along there. You can listen to the Spawn Chunks at thespawnchunks.com. You can listen to the Citadel Cafe at thecitadelcafe.com. They're both free podcasts, also available on like Spotify and YouTube and all that kind of good stuff. Follow me on all social media at Joel Duggan. Very easy to find. And be back tomorrow. That is the 21st for Lego Friday. We'll be building probably the final bags of the Star Wars Imperial Probe droid. And that's where we're going to be spending our Friday afternoon. So it should be a good time. I'll see y'all then. Bye for now.